Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to LeTip Live. LeTip is an organization of like-minded individuals coming together to help each other's businesses grow and flourish. And today we have a treat for you. We have the featured member of the month, Arielle Galiano from the Cut Salon NJ, and you can find her article in our communicator. For those of you who don't know, we have a LeTip magazine where we featured members monthly, and you can find our featured member of the month. There it is right there. You can lower the music a little bit. We're done with the intro. There we go. So here we have Arielle and her beautiful cover. You guys can check that out in the communicator, which is in your email. Make sure you don't get those emails sent to your spam. So check it out. A wonderful article featuring Arielle. So, the article is about growth in your chapter. So, what has happened in your chapter lately?
So we started our chapter in February of last year, and we, by the end of the year, surpassed 40 members, which is just amazing. We've grown so fast, so rapidly with just amazing businesses, really qualified business owners.
Awesome. So today, we definitely want you to go check out that article, but we're going to learn a lot more about Arielle. So I guess we'll start off with LeTip, since the article was about your growth and how awesome and how fast your chapter's been growing. How long have you been in LeTip?
I've been in LeTip since 2016.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. How's it been going so far?
I love LeTip. I do.
Awesome. Anything in particular that you love about LeTip?
So I obviously love what it's done for my business. Things I could never have done on my own. I love the relationships that I've built within LeTip. LeTip truly is like a family, and I'm so lucky that I've met so many people that I would have never otherwise met and been able to experience them in business and in my personal life.
Awesome. How did you find LeTip? What made you get into LeTip?
So I had a friend who for years was telling me about LeTip. I have to come check it out. And I'm like, you think I am getting up at that time on a Wednesday morning to come sit? And he just told me, you're going to have some breakfast. We're going to talk business. And it took him about 3 years of coming in weekly, reminding me about it to finally get me to walk into the room.
Awesome. So tell us about your first experience. How was it?
Amazing. I loved LeTip from the second I walked in. I just saw its value. I loved sitting in the room, and I'll never forget the paper tips and seeing that big stack of white and yellow papers go around the room, and everyone like so excited to go through it, find their name, look at the leads that they were getting that week. And I was like, this is so cool. And I wanted to be a part of it.
Awesome. So let's, we talked about LeTip. Let's just dive into who you are and what you're all about. So you run the Cut Salon NJ. That's the Instagram account.
That's the Instagram.
It's called, I'm sure it's called the Cut Salon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So check her out, the Cut Salon NJ. What made you get into hair and the salon life?
So I feel like I'm one of the lucky few that have just always known what they wanted to do. My first job in a salon, I was like 16, like sweeping floors, washing hair, and I just never left. I loved it. I was lucky enough to do cosmetology school in high school. And by the time I graduated high school, I also had my cosmetology license, and I was already working full time in a hair salon. And when I was 19, I saw the opportunity to open my own, and I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So your entire life you always wanted to do hair? So wasn't it like this big moment, or like, you're like, I want to do this now? It's like just always been
from as long as I can remember. Yeah. I just knew I wanted to be in the hair beauty industry, something like that. My parents have owned a small business for over 30 years. So the whole entrepreneurial side just really came natural. So I knew I would be a business owner of some sort. And lucky enough, I picked the right industry.
Awesome. So I like to give value to our listeners and give them some tips and tricks, and not to put you on the spot, but as a stylist and a salon owner, any tips or tricks in your industry that you could share with the people listening at
Tips or
home?
tricks. Find someone that you really love and
Mm-hmm.
trust. Don't just go to anyone. Don't be a hopper and try someone different every single time you get your hair
Mm-hmm.
done. Getting your hair done is a relationship. It's such a important relationship. You need to find out like what works, what doesn't work, and the consistency of using the same stylist is hands down the best tip I can give anyone.
So I'm a hopper. I'm a big hopper.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I guess I'm afraid of commitment. So I like I'll go to the local areas, and we do video and photos for some of these places. So like I don't know, I feel like I'm hurting feelings if I choose just one. So I kind of hop around a little bit. But yeah, I guess I gotta make my decision soon, I guess.
Well, if you're someone who finds themselves like frequently like not ecstatic when you leave
Mm-hmm.
the salon, that's when I find it's best to stick with one person,
Mm-hmm.
build the rapport, because it's all about guessing and testing and finding out what works, what doesn't work. And it's hard to do when you're flip flopping. But
True.
I do completely understand wanting to spread the wealth and
Yeah,
try everyone. I get
yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah, I'm always hopping around and like, yeah, just make sure you don't cut the front too short. But yeah. So any other tips? So like, don't hop around, but anything that people can do today, like, is there a shampoo that you recommend, or is there a certain thing like the heat, the summer seasons are coming soon, the spring's coming soon, so like anything, the humidity, temperature, anything, any tips and tricks like that people can do at home?
That people could do at home.
Yeah.
So I would say more so it's about getting your appointments ready for the summer in the salon
Mm-hmm.
versus doing things at home. I would say absolutely get a trim before the
Mm-hmm.
summer starts and
Yeah.
at the end of the summer. People tend to think my hair is only going to get longer and this and that if like I don't cut it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
so opposite. The more you trim
True.
your hair, the longer it gets, the
Mm-hmm.
healthier it gets. And get a pro addiction treatment. That is definitely one of the best tips I can give any woman.
Awesome.
That's gonna give you the best summer hair of your entire life.
Wow.
No maintenance, wash your hair, get out of the shower, have no frizz, smooth, straight. You can go in the chlorine, you can go in the salt water, you
Wow.
can go swimming that day, you get it done. So that's one of the best treatments ever.
Awesome. So I do want to remind everybody that we are live. So if you have a question, comment, or concern, you can put it in the comment section. We can answer it live with Arielle today. So you're kind of busting some myths that I've heard. So I played lacrosse, and in college, everyone, they called it lettuce. You wanted some fresh lettuce, and that was when your hair kind of came out of the helmet, right? So one, yes, I definitely heard that you want to cutting it will make it longer, will help it grow and make it longer, right? So you kind of touch base on that, but also we would all be obsessed getting mane and tail, the shampoo.
Oh my God.
So everyone in the locker room
Throwback.
had mane and tail because we were really trying to get the what they call the lettuce. We're trying to get our hair to grow past the helmet and kind of like, whatever. So yes, cutting it actually makes it grow faster, right?
Absolutely.
And then what's your thoughts on mane and tail?
What are my thoughts on mane and tail? I never thought someone would be asking me this with a microphone in my face. I have to say, I think that a lot of it is mental. I
Okay.
think you're seeing that picture on the bottle of the horse tail, and you're like, yes, I want
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But I have nothing negative to say. I think that if you
They're
see
not watching.
great,
Don't worry.
if you find great results from it, that's the biggest thing. What works for me, what works for you could be two
Mhm.
totally different things. Doesn't mean it doesn't work.
True.
So I think if it gives you the results you're looking for, stick with it.
Okay. Another maybe myth or fact that I've heard is some people just take the shampoo and they just put it right in, but you really should crush it up and put it in your hand
Lather.
first, lather it up, get it all crushed, I guess. So when you put it in your hair, it's already like activating the ingredients.
So yes and no.
Okay. So here we
The
go.
best way to wash your hair
Yeah.
is always, no matter what, wash it twice. The first wash you're doing is breaking up the oil and
Mhm.
removing the oil. The second wash is actually cleansing your scalp and your hair.
Wow.
So, yes, you do want to get it activated, but the best way
Mhm.
to do that is to really stimulate twice on your head.
Awesome.
Yeah, you need to remove all that gook first, and then you're going to let the shampoo get in there and actually cleanse your scalp.
Awesome. So these are the tips that I'm looking for. So all right,
I
so we're
got you.
washing the hair twice. Now, should you use like a certain the first time you wash, should it be like, I don't know, something just to cleanse it? And then the second time you wash is more of like, I know some people do like shampoo and conditioner, but should like it be like, I don't know, like a low budget just to wash it, and then the second time you wash is the fancy lathering?
No, I think that a lot of people go in with like these mountains of shampoo and
Mm-hmm.
conditioner each time. But the biggest thing is you don't need a lot, especially if you are using salon quality products. They're
Mm-hmm.
super concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be using bigger than a nickel, and that's for someone with hair like me.
Okay.
Someone with hair like you could be a pea size. Um, but each of those lathers
Mm-hmm.
you want to use the same amount, and it's just really getting in there. A lot of people go in and they're like washing the ends of your hair. You actually never need to touch the bottom of your hair with shampoo. Cleansing your hair is about cleansing your scalp. Healthy hair comes from a healthy scalp. So getting in there, scrubbing your scalp, when the
Awesome.
water rinses down, that's going to
Mm-hmm.
cleanse your ends. So you really don't need to be doing anything extravagant, whipping back and forth. It's just getting a good cleanse on the scalp is most important.
Awesome. How about nutrition wise? Any
Absolutely.
foods or anything that you can suggest that might help your mane and tail?
Yeah, healthy
Of
fats.
healthy
Healthy
fats?
fats are great. Olive oil, avocado, nuts, all really beneficial to the shininess and the health of your hair strands.
Mm-hmm.
And don't do anything extreme. One of the biggest side effects of like extreme dieting is
Mm-hmm.
hair loss. You're not giving your hair the nutrients it needs.
Mm-hmm.
So we often find people who are like, why am I getting bald over here? Why am I thinning in this spot? One of the first questions we ask them is if you significantly lost any weight.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times they'll be like, yeah, weight loss surgery, you lose so much hair because you're not getting those healthy fats. So a nice healthy fat diet, really good for your hair.
Awesome. We have our first question of the
Oh,
day. Comes from Brian Hanslin. How many times a week should I be shampooing or conditioning with longer hair?
so this definitely depends on your lifestyle and how active you are. If you're someone who is active every day, running, sweating in the gym, you should be cleansing every day.
Mm-hmm.
If you are someone that is not as active, 2 to 3 times a week, shampooing and conditioning. You should be conditioning every time you shampoo your hair.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 to 3 times with longer hair is perfect. I'm a twice a week girl. This also is something that is so personal. I have some of my friends who go 14, 15 days without washing their hair, and you would never know.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is dependent, but your hair can be trained. If you're saying, like, oh my goodness, I wash my hair every day. Why am I doing that? But if I don't, it's so flat, it's so greasy. What can I
Mm-hmm.
do? Our bodies adapt. Our bodies are really smart. If you're washing every day, your body's like, where's my oil going? You're taking
Mm-hmm.
it away. I need to make more.
Mm-hmm.
If you prolong it and you suck it up and get through those first couple of awkward days where you're oily and greasy, but then you start going every 2 days washing, your body will adapt and will make less oil.
Gotcha. So like, because you're like, if you're, so there are pros and cons. If you're washing every day, you're taking all those oils off, and like, someone else I know, totally not me, is not washing every day because those oils actually, like, well, like there's nothing better than those, I don't want to say grease and oils, but like when you like, especially me, I like kind of on the frizzier end.
Yes.
So like if the day that I, shampoo a conditioner, the next, like that day it's more frizzy, but like the day after is like the sweet spot. It's like the perfect
Oh,
amount
yeah.
and it's
So
like the
that's why
best
it's so
product.
personal. And
Yeah.
that's why when
I
you,
totally take showers.
of, of course, when you have a stylist that you
Uh-huh.
trust and you have a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with, they can better answer some of those things for you because they
Mm-hmm.
know your hair. So I have some clients that I would be like, girl, if you wash your hair more than once a week, we're not friends anymore. Like that's why it is so important
Mm-hmm.
to just be with someone that you feel so comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
They could better, because it's our body. It is something that is so personal. And again, what is good for me isn't good for you, but there's nothing like second day hair.
Awesome. So again, reminding you guys, we are live. So if you have a question, comment, or concern, you put it in the comment section. We'll answer it live. All right. So we know what we're doing. We're washing our hair as much or as little as personally we need.
Yes.
With the spring season coming along, now don't beat me up. I'm going off the gut. Is the style that you're rocking right now called ombre? Ish?
Close,
Close?
close.
Okay.
Balayage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Balayage. Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So with the spring and summer seasons approaching, and people, maybe having a new style, or what's it called, a makeover, right?
Yes.
They're going to be making themselves over in the spring season. Say it again, balayage.
Balayage.
Balayage. Is balayage the new? Is going to be coming in hot during the spring season? What are some spring season? What are some hot trends and some nice styling trends that we have coming up? Any tips and tricks in that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a big thing we're seeing is bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Bangs are making a comeback. Straight across, side bangs, curtain bangs, all the bangs are coming in. And then, of course, going lighter, brightening up for summer. That's always the best. Yeah.
Awesome. So we have another comment, not really a question, but we have a fan who's tuning in. Dennis is a gold badge member. Of all the people I brought to LeTip, Arielle's one of the closest to his heart. It killed me when she was in our group and so many people were using her and I was not. Why? Because my wife had, and we've been using the same person since 1995. All right, maybe need a Arielle makeover. Okay. That said, they're so proud of Arielle's accomplishment, and she's a rock star, and she's successful at everything she puts her mind to. So thank you, Dennis, for the kind words. And yes, we are sitting here with a rock star. We're sitting here with Arielle. If you guys are just tuning in, she's our featured member of the month. You could check her article in Communicare, which is in your emails as we speak. You could check out every month we have a featured member. So yes, so we're washing as we need to. Balayage is a new trend. Any other tips and tricks coming up of the spring season?
Just taking care, adjusting, it's a good time to adjust your products. Take a look
Mhm.
at what you have. Summer, your hair needs are different than in the winter.
Okay.
Winter, we're really dry. Summer, we're not as dry. So switching it up, asking your stylist any recommendations to get you through the summer months. And healthy trims.
Awesome. So let's shift gears again, and let's head back to the topic of LeTip. So you how long you've been a member?
2016.
Okay, so that's what, I'm not good with math. 8 years.
7 almost.
Yeah, we'll round up to 8. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
About 8 years. So you're a seasoned vet. And Dennis and others have such wonderful things to say about you. So are there any tips and tricks that you as a seasoned vet could give to the rookies or some newer members? Like, what are any tips that you could give LeTippers?
I feel like there's so many.
Yeah, let them rock. Let it rip.
I think one of the biggest things is you get what you put in. Make the relationships, make the connections. Don't just rely on your hour and a half once a week in the room to build your rapport within LeTip. I think doing your one-on-ones with every member in your group multiple times, you make so many strong connections there. There's just so many untapped resources within one room. When you're in a group that you feel a part of, that is a whole different topic in its own. Don't settle. Find the perfect group for you. LeTip should feel like a family. You should be so excited every week when you walk into that room, like I know I am. I love my members. Personal, business, everything. Every member feels like a family to me. And it didn't always feel like that. I've been in many chapters. And I think finding a group that you really feel like is a family is so important.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That's great stuff. I don't even know where to there's so much in there to unpack. But okay, so if you're a newer member, you want to get your one-on-ones in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. What else you got? Anything else? Any other tips for newer member? Or it could be just in members in general. There could be a member out there who feel like they've been in LeTip for a while and they're not really, seeing the value in it. So what can we say to those people?
I think reevaluating who your power partners are is something really important. I think that prior to being in my group, I would sometimes look at someone in the chapter and be like, am I giving them business? And how are they giving me business? How does this work? And people in their head always have these picture perfect little power partners that go together, which I think is so obsolete and not the case anymore. I think you could have anyone as your power partner. We have, for an example, in our group, the credit card processor. I don't think ever in a million years did he think that the hairstylist in the group would be his number one referral source. But I took it upon myself because he was one of the first people in my chapter I started using personally. I loved his service so much that I'm in like a Facebook group, all salon owners all across the country.
Wow.
And people constantly are complaining about their credit card processing. He has now closed deals in Wisconsin, Virginia, North Carolina, all from me. And again, he says it all the time. Who would have thought the hairstylist would be my power partner?
Wow.
You just never know who could be doing that for you. I think that not seeing the businesses as face value, and really that's why getting to know the people themselves is so important, because yes, you could be a mortgage lender and how often can I refer a mortgage lender? But when I know your wife and your children and I know the sports they're involved in and the things, and it's like when you know more about each other, it makes it that much easier to find ways to plug in your own business and their business in your life.
Awesome. So for those at home, maybe who are just tuning in, or a newer LeTip member, or someone who doesn't know what LeTip is, what are power partnerships?
Power partners are your ideal business within the group that you should be feeding referrals to. For example, for me would be, well, for me could really be anyone because I see power partners in everyone. But for me could be a makeup artist, or a wedding venue. Those could be things that could be great power partners for me because they could be referring me and I can be easily referring them to my clients. Others are groups of the home buying process, mortgage lenders, realtors, home inspectors, groups that tend to just really make it easy to pass business between each other.
And that's the easiest example is the real estate team in your
Absolutely.
group. You have, the realtor, you have like the title company, the appraisal guy, the mortgage guy. So these are all people that come together and they're all having their hands in one transaction. So that would be a power partnership. So it's definitely good. You definitely want to make these power partnerships in your group, because like with one transaction, like many people get their hands dirty, per se. Awesome stuff. Any other tips, tricks, or anything about LeTip? And before you answer that, I want to remind you guys, we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you're watching on any of these platforms, you can actually comment in the comments section, and we will answer that comment or question live with you today with Arielle, our featured member of the month. And we're talking everything from hair salons to LeTip and power partnerships. So yeah, any other tip? Oh, we got one. Here we go. What are some red flags when looking for a new salon or stylist?
I love that wording. Yes. So red flags when looking for a new salon or stylist. That's a really hard question.
I mean, what are some things that someone walking in would want to gravitate towards or gravitate away? Oh, here's one. So like if the scissors are like on the counter, but not in that like,
oh, well, so I was
swimming
going to say
pool.
sanitation. Yes.
Yes.
Sanitation and disinfection, two big things.
Yes.
If you're walking in and you're seeing the baseboards covered in a layer of hair that hasn't been swept or vacuumed in months, that's definitely a red flag.
Okay.
But it's hard. You don't want to judge a book by its cover. You never know where an amazing stylist could be. So I feel like that's like a really loaded question, because what's a red flag to me could be like a green flag to you.
I don't know if someone's using the same scissors and blade for everyone, that kind of be a red flag for everybody, I think.
Absolutely. Sanitation and disinfection, most important. That's
the most important. Absolutely. Especially today, in today's world, with all the stuff that's going on. Absolutely. Yes. So questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the comments section. I think we can start heading to the speed round. Are you ready for the speed round?
I think so.
So this is where we dive in about you personally, not necessarily about work or LeTip, and we just get to know you as a person.
Cool.
Pat, are we ready for the speed round? Yes. All right, let's let it rip. So answer these, there's no time limit. Just kind of answer them first thing that comes to your head. And you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Favorite food?
Sushi.
Nice. Favorite color?
Purple.
Favorite TV show?
Ooh, too many. New Amsterdam.
All right. Haven't seen it. Check it out.
So good.
Okay. This is a Ted Lasso question. Ted Lasso is one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
But in the show, he asks the manager, First concert and best concert. What are your favorite? First concert. What was the first concert you went to, and what was the best concert you went to?
First concert, Hillary Duff.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
throwback. Best concert, Pitbull.
Okay.
Definitely Pitbull.
All right. Favorite board game?
Life, Monopoly, probably
Okay.
a tie.
Okay. Have you ever finished a game of Monopoly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to finish.
I'm obsessed with Monopoly. No one ever wants to finish the game with me.
I can't. I can't stop.
Okay. Everyone quits on you. It is what it is. All right. We did concerts. We did Monopoly. All right. So favorite thing to do that has nothing to do with your work or LeTip or anything. So like, like fishing or hunting or painting. What's your thing? What's your hobby?
I'm not a big hunter.
Okay.
I have a 3-year-old, and
Nice.
anything with him is amazing. We go to lots of like theme parks. We love American Dream.
Awesome.
Anything outside with him, swimming, traveling,
Awesome.
and eating.
Awesome.
Definitely eating.
Eating sushi.
Eating sushi, eating everything. Huge
Okay.
foodie.
All right. What's the second and third? Since eating's such a big part, what's in second and third place?
So definitely steak. Red meat girl.
Okay.
Love it. And then any form of potatoes.
Okay.
Mashed, fried, hash browns.
All right.
Could do
Sweet
it anyway.
potatoes? You like sweet potatoes?
Love sweet potatoes.
You like it when you put the marshmallows on top
Oh my
and the
God.
raisins and the peaches? All right. Nice. Good stuff. We did favorite movie.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Mean Girls?
Okay. The premise of Mean Girls was about my high school, which is down the street.
Really?
Tina Fey came and like did her research and everything.
God, I love that.
Yes. MTV was a big part of this. Northern Highlands over here. They like came all the time. Well, this is about you, so we keep going. Mean Girls. Okay. We did color. We did food. Hobbies. There was one more. There's one more. Oh, sport. Favorite sport.
Not really a sports girl.
Okay.
I would have to say like wrestling.
So like WWE.
No. like college wrestling,
Okay.
or like
You like
high
to
school.
see sweaty guys?
I was a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
See?
dad was a wrestler. We're like a wrestling family.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's all right. Let's end the speed round because we got to unpack this.
Okay.
Because I'm a firm believer, and this is a future book I'm writing. So if anyone steals this idea, I'll kill you. I see there's a lot of connections between sports and business. The same principles you have in sports can translate very well to business. Like when you're an athlete, like I played lacrosse in college, and like we had like 6 a.m. runs, and we worked out 3 times a week, and we had very structured. So I feel like there's a lot of principles that have to do with sports that translate well to business. As a wrestler, that's awesome. As a wrestler, do you feel like that helped groom you to who you are today?
Well, definitely.
So go ahead.
I think there, like you just said, there's very important parts of wrestling. A lot of self-discipline, a lot of stamina conditioning. I think great part as to why I could stand for 13 hours a shift on my feet and be totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very calculated sport as well. You have to know your moves and everything and almost predict what's going to happen. So I think overall in business, I like that comparison for sure.
Absolutely. I took karate and martial arts like growing up, and I feel like I like learned how to like grow into my body, and like now I'm a great dancer now too, because like my karate moves, right? So like you like learn how to use your body, you overcome obstacles. There's a lot of stuff that can translate in other aspects of your life. How long were you wrestling for? Like what was these age groups
like? A funny story.
Well, please tell. That's why we're here.
So I got to wrestle. It was like the first year that they allowed girls on the wrestling team.
Okay.
I was in 6th grade. And then at the same time, by the end of 6th grade, you start to develop. And then my father did not feel as comfortable with me wrestling. So I had a very short 1 year.
Yep.
But that did not stop us from being hardcore supporters. My dad had 3 girls, no boys. He was a 4-time state champion.
Wow.
He needed the wrestling in his life. So we, to this day, go to like at the Rataco Center and in Atlantic City, all the state championships. So we've been supporters the whole time. I only got to be active for 1 season though.
Wow.
Yes.
1 and done.
Yeah.
Ended as a champion. Best girl wrestler And what town were you in?
Marlboro.
Marlboro, the number one
Oh yeah.
Marlboro lady right here with you
Yeah.
today. Reminding guys, you're running out of time to put your comments, questions, or concerns in the comments section, and we will answer them live with Arielle, our featured member of the month. Make sure to check out her magazine article that we have in the Communicare, which could be in your spam folder if you don't see it in your inbox. How about you? How about anything that you want to touch base on? Anything that we haven't covered that you'd like people to know at home? Anything? It could be anything abroad, big, small, whatever. Anything that comes to mind. What's going on
Anything
with
that
you? Yeah.
comes to
What's going
mind.
on lately?
What's going on lately? Doing a lot of stuff within the salon, like
Mhm.
new stuff. We're revamping our website. We're
Awesome.
revamping our social media.
Awesome.
This is the year of branding. I think it's so important as a business in
Mhm.
2023
Mhm.
to focus on your social media website branding, as you know.
Absolutely.
So that's really where we're focusing a lot of our business time right
Mhm.
now. And that we're going to be in our 10th year of business this year, which is like amazing. Can't believe it.
Awesome.
And I'm just trying to figure out what's going to take me into the next 10 years and focus on that.
Absolutely. So let's unpack that a little bit. So like you've been in business for 10 years. Obviously the world is changing. It's very social media driven. So are anything that you've noticed or seen or tips and tricks of like the new wave? Like obviously you have the new website where you can take appointments online, and
Yeah.
before they no one even have to answer the phone, it can all be done online. Any other newer trends or new things that you're coming in your industry that you'd like to share, or would you pretty much just said them all?
I know we said a lot of them. But yeah, I think it's also finding balance with things like that, because I think something that definitely sets our salon apart is the personalness
Mhm.
behind the business. And I don't want to lose that. I don't want to go too automated. You know, I've seen online a lot of salons are going fully virtual front desk.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Our clients love our front desk girl.
Mhm.
It's like not the same if she's not there.
Mhm.
So we want to keep that balance of personality with functionality meeting 2023 in the middle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
so this we manage a bunch of social media for businesses and stuff, and yes, you don't want to get caught up in just like you want to use the technology where it's beneficial. You don't want it's all about relationships. So like yes, we can slap a picture of someone in the salon cutting hair, put your logo on it, and spam it out to the world. But there's no connection, like a stock photo. There's no connection. There's no
Absolutely.
relationship. So if it benefits the relationship, absolutely, we can make a nice testimonial video or why you like to be in business. We call it the why video. I don't know if you've ever seen Simon Sinek Start With Why. It's how the brain works.
Yeah.
People want to they buy why you do what you do, not what you do. So we can make like this why video, and that will resonate more, but we can still use the technology to make more people see it. So the relationships is all that matters, and you definitely, if your front desk lady is helping you build relationships and has these relationships with your clients, you want to keep her doing what she's doing, but use the technology to help her in ways. So you never want to just go full robot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially just not in my industry. It'll never
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You know, we're not that remote type
Mhm.
of business where you want to listen to an answer machine,
Yeah.
book your appointment. Like, no, we want
I
to
don't
talk
think
to you.
I don't think any industry it'd be completely beneficial. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
get so frustrated when I call like a restaurant and it's like you can't talk to a
yes,
human.
yes,
Like I will purposefully not use
Mhm.
somewhere because
Yeah.
of that.
yeah,
And that is exactly, yeah, no, want to stay far away
Yeah.
from that. Trying to bring us into this new social media realm.
Mhm.
But like I said, number one focus is our voice and who we are and getting more of that just on a bigger platform.
Awesome, great stuff. Last chance. Put a question, comment, or concern in the comment section, and we will answer it live today. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns for me?
I
You don't have to. I'm just
don't.
all right. Sweet.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to. Just making sure we cover everything.
I think we did. Do you think
Awesome.
we covered everything?
We covered a lot. We covered a
did.
lot in a very concise, right to the point manner. We covered, I think,
That's how I do
everything we needed to. Absolutely. I'm trying to think. Like, there's nothing left. There's nothing left really to talk about. Oh, there's one last question.
it. Okay.
It's a question I
Hit
ask
me.
every single person that comes on the podcast. And however way you'd like to answer it, the question is, what does LeTip mean to you?
I love that question.
Thank you. Came up with all myself.
It's amazing. What does LeTip mean to me?
Yes.
LeTip means so much more than just a group of networkers. It means business owners that I have in my life to fall back on in anything from questions. When you're a business owner, it could be lonely. And I started this off when I was 19, and none of my friends were opening businesses or knew the struggle I was doing. And that was one different side of LeTip that I personally saw and still value so much to this day, is that once I joined, I had other business owners that I could like finally ask questions to, like, how are you doing with this issue? How do you work around this? Like, or bounce ideas off of on a business aspect, because again, owning a business can get lonely. I personally don't have any partners. I didn't go to college for business. I'm self-taught in everything I've done, but having these like awesome, successful people in a room that I have this relationship with that I can bounce ideas off of, that's been like invaluable. Like it's like a support system, and I love
Awesome.
it. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Cool.
So if you have a question that we didn't cover today, we definitely suggest you check out at the Cut Salon NJ. Arielle's wonderful. She's our featured member of the month. And she's, a seasoned vet. So I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but if you had any questions and you were looking for like a mentor or someone who could, help your LeTip path, that you can reach out to Arielle and maybe ask her a question.
Absolutely. Since the communicator issue has come out, I've had members from all over the country reach out to me, and I've been lucky enough to do Zoom calls with other chapters, and it's been amazing. I love just spreading my love of LeTip with everyone who wants to listen.
Awesome.
So please feel free to reach out to me. That's our Instagram. You can message me directly there.
Awesome. Great stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out at the Cut Salon NJ. Please follow her Instagram and, help support her. And she'll also, take some questions and be kind of like a mentor. Here we have another mentor of LeTip. You can definitely check her out, ask her anything you have your mind on. So that does it here for today. And don't forget to check out future episodes of LeTip Live right here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Take it away, Pat.